What is going on, fish family? Hope everyone's doing well. I'm going to give everybody a little bit of time to jump in here real quick. So today I figured I would show you guys some of the tanks. We'll walk around and do a view of everything. I don't know if we'll get through all the tanks because I only have 1 hour before I have to leave to the post office to send off all the orders I bagged up today. So here in just about a minute or so we'll start. Give a few more people time to jump in here. Switch it to live chat so I don't miss anything. So behind me we got this new rack system I built. These tanks here in the way. This is a 40 breeder with some angelfish, and then I got a 55 long over here with a pistogrammies in it. But behind me there is these are all guppy tanks on the new rack I built. So we'll zoom in a bit closer and take a look at each strain. So anyway guys, I guess we'll go ahead and spin this camera around and get started. Alright. So we're gonna start here with this this rack I got going about a month ago. I finished it out. I still got to put fronts on here to block out the light. You can see it's making it kind of blurry. So I'm going to have fronts on everything where you can see. And basically all you'll see on this wall is tanks. There won't be any of the walls showing or this in between. I'll have some flaps that fold down, or still deciding on exactly what I want to do. Fishy on Tanktix first in to say hello. Glad to see you. But next I'm gonna finish painting out, pull everything off this wall here, and I'll finish painting the walls black, and then I'm gonna rebuild stands for this wall for all the 45s and 55 talls I have here, and I'll be adding a few more. And then the 40 breeders that I have here and here will be going along this wall after I pull all this away and get it painted. And I'm hoping to have 6 on this wall. I have a few more 40 breeders outside just sitting there waiting to be installed. And I'll paint the rest of this whole room black, get these windows covered, so it'll be more like an official fish room. Alright, so let's start looking at some guppy tanks. It's gonna be hard to see the exact color. These are like a purple blue Moscow. If I had the light shining just right, it would really make them pop. Don't have very many left in this tank. Over here is snakeskin gold lace, or no, snakeskin red lace, I'm sorry. Not the clearest picture. But these I just imported on Sunday, so yeah, yesterday. Just got these guys in, so they're a little shy. Same with this tank here. They got the bluegrass, and they're gonna be hanging out at the back because they're not quite used to everything yet. Hadn't even been a full 24 hours they've been in the tank. See if I can zoom in. It's not as clear when I zoom in for you guys, but alright. Over here we got some metal bluegrass. Again, they're gonna be back there hiding. I promise we'll get some better footage here soon. I just got some shy fish we're working with. These are the half black white tuxedos. Go ahead and zoom out. Beautiful fish. Next up, we got the snakeskin red mosaics. Love these guys. They look really good. They're not so shy either. Got a tank full in this one. Again, snakeskin red mosaics. Good to see everyone coming in. Hello, Liquid Zoo. Appreciate it. Here we got some albino snakeskin mosaics. And it's gonna be hard to see the pattern on their body. They're doing good. Beautiful fish. These are the purple cobras. Very pleased with these guys. One second, let me see if I can get my light hooked up to make this look a little better. There you go, you can really see the purple now. Alright. Next up are the half moon tiger mosaics. Again, they're going to be a bit shy, hanging out at the back. And this tank's a little dirty, I need to clean it. Good to see you, Terry. Good to see you, PB. Jimmy P. Got a good crowd coming in here today. These are snakeskin gold lace. Doesn't look as if the camera is picking up the body pattern, so very detailed. Good. Let's see if I can get the light bar, see what that does to it. All right. We'll go down here. So this is a strain of guppies that I got from Mob Guppy, which is another YouTuber, Peter. He's a super good guy. I met him in person at a fish swap, and the strain itself was originally these, I think he was calling them Californian Reds, and they started throwing like the wild type strain, or back to its original strain. So I'm just letting it set here and see what happens, but I actually really like these bottom swords that are coming in. Really cool little body patterns. But this is all from one line, and it's just getting to the point it's starting to throw some of the wild types again. Alright, next we got the pingu. They're ready to eat. Yeah, these guys are pretty cool. I like them. Alright, next up we got the Galaxy Blue Tails. Let me see if I can get this light hooked up. Trying to do two things one-handed. If I can get this light bar behind me hooked up just right, it really will help show the body colors, I would think, for you guys. These are the Galaxy Blue Tails. I don't know if that light bar is going to help. Yeah, it's too low now. Beautiful fish. Let's see. Turn that off. Yeah, it helps the color pop a little bit for sure. That's the light on and that's the light off. But it creates a bit of a glare with it on. Love these guys. If anybody's wondering, I got lava rock that I put in a lot of the tanks, and then the whitish sand or gravel is aragonite. So I like to use aragonite. It helps raise the pH and the hardness. Alright, now here we got the Galaxy Coral Blues. About the same body types as the normal blue tails, but these have a lighter blue, similar to the coral blue tails that I have in. Super pretty stream. These just came in yesterday, so they're going to be acting a bit shy for the most part. Yeah, I spend pretty much all day in here myself, Jimmy P. You're welcome to come check it out anytime. Alright, next up we got half black blue tails. Some of them are quite old, starting to get torn fins. They just fight with each other. So if they get torn fins, I typically don't sell them. So I normally wind up with a lot of, jagged fin males, which they're healthy. They just got torn up and taking them a little while to heal. Next we got Dumbo Red Mosaics. Bunch of fish in this tank too. I hope everybody's having a good day. Alright, next up we got some of the coral blue tails. These were just imported yesterday as well. Yeah, these are really popular. Everybody's really liking them. Super happy with it. Alright, now we got blue dragons. And I know the light bar definitely helps with the body pattern on these guys. But then again, I gotta get it up to where it's not creating a glare. Jimmy P, I got a linear piston air pump from Jimco that I'm using. I did a video on it on my one of my previous Fishroom rebuild series. I have a whole playlist on building this Fishroom out so far. Like those guys. Here we got red grass. These were imported yesterday. I only got a few, probably like 10 trios of them in. Beautiful. Awesome. And we have another tank of the coral blue tails. I got so many in, I needed to split them up. Front of this tank's a bit dirty. Alright, next up we got ivory king cobras. These guys are probably going to be a pain to see because they're all towards the back. They're a little shy. So we'll just move on to the red dragons. Super busy tank. Alright, next up is the purple blue mosaics. Hard to see. I gotta get the fronts on these tanks so the light ain't so bad. It's creating quite a glare right now. Let's see, 1 second. Sorry for the bad camera work. 1 second. All right. So I appreciate all you guys coming in and staying tuned. Takes a lot of work to try to get this all done, and I'm normally really busy with work. I just had a random time to pop in and hopefully show you guys some stuff you enjoy looking at. Alright, now then, let me get this. Beautiful fish. Alright, next up we got the half black purple blue tails. Super pretty fish. Bunch of them in there. This tank doesn't have the clearest front, but these are my leopards, super popular strain. Very, very nice body patterns. Females have really bright yellow tails. I like that. Alright, that tank here's got some metal bluegrass in it as well that we looked at, but they're pretty shy. I just got them in. These are the half black rose tails. They look really nice from the top view too. Beautiful fish. Females have super red tails. Very nice. Here we have more of the leopards. These were just imported yesterday. That's a pretty good shot, don't you think? Yep, I really enjoy these guys. The next tank is tuxedo koi. I like looking at them from above just as much as I do from the side. They got red noses. I think they could have called these Rudolphs instead of koi. Lots of guppies at this house. Alright, next up are the yellow tiger kings. Super popular. I love them. Their body patterns are crazy. Even the females have dark bars on them. Alright. So I can explain a little bit why I'm here about this system. If you haven't seen, I got hoses that go across this door. It just so happens that there was just enough gap that the hoses fit perfectly. It's just kind of hung up there by zip ties. From the mop sink, it comes into here, and I have a valve that goes over each tank, like here. And I've drilled holes in the side of the plastic to put the line more towards the front. I did the PVC more towards the back of the tanks to keep them out of the way when I'm netting fish. But you want the water flow opposite side of the bulkhead where the water drains out. So with it right here, it was pretty close to the back, so I moved it up to the front and just drilled a hole right here in the plastic, just big enough for the tubing to fit down in, and it holds it in place. And I personally did the valve center of the tank, just in case anything ever leaks, it leaks straight into the tank. I thought about doing it more to the side originally, so it wasn't like the tube wasn't coming over, but I like this idea better. It's safer for any type of leaks I might have. But each tank has its own water. I turn the water on for about 25 minutes a day, and the way I've calculated, that's about 2.5 gallons of water out of these valves, and that's a pretty good amount. I've noticed my levels stay really good at a 2.5 daily gallon water change. So, and then I got a drain pipe that goes all the way along the wall. It stops right here. I just killed it right here because I still got to move all this out of the way. And if you look, it's just right. I won't be using this plug anymore once I get everything moved. But this went right below, so I'll still be able to use it if I need. It goes right below, and it will continue on all the way over to there. And all of this wall will be on the automatic water change. But so I got drain lines. Get behind this light. Hold on, hard to see there. Got all the drain lines. Those 2 drain lines go to the tanks above, and I had to drill holes into this 2-inch PVC pipe that goes all the way along the wall real tight. And I drilled perfect holes for the tubing to go from the bulkhead down into the drain, and that's like snug tight. It's not going to come out, even with the other ones that go up to the other tanks. You see, this keeps going up to that tank. So it all drains down into this drain line, and then it drains into this bucket that I drilled a hole through, put a bulkhead, and this is a sump pump. I got chickens right here if anybody likes chickens. They're wanting to be fed. I got 2 roosters, free to a good home. They crow all day long though. Anyway, so I got a sump pump here. So all these tanks just drain into this bucket, and once it gets so high, it has an automatic float right here. It turns on by its own. I got it on right now. It's draining the water, and so it's on off automatically. When the water gets pushed up this tube over, and it connects right here. Sorry guys, I got this camera on a gimbal, so it doesn't move very fast, but I got it, that comes down and drains right here into the mop sink. And then this is the tube right here that I fill the water with. I just unhook it every day. Oop, hit the nets. So I hook this tube up to a 15 psi regulator, because you don't want a bunch of pressure on the PVC valves and stuff. It will make them leak and blow them off. So I screw this into the sink right here, and then I screw this into here, and I got the sink marked to where I can turn it on and know exactly where it works for the right temperature. Super simple process, and works really well. Hey Steven, glad to see you. Yeah, Jimmy P, you can email me, no problem. Let me go over some airline. I can show you real quick, Jimmy. The airline's up here. This 1-inch PVC pipe. This is a little bleed valve I got covered with a box and a towel to make it not so loud. But the PVC goes all the way around the room. And those are all the airlines here with valves that I screwed into the PVC. So it goes all the way around the room and actually goes down into this room, and I got the pump setting on a shelf right on the other side of this wall. But it comes out here, goes up, and this goes all the way around the room, and it's circulated. And it never dead ends anywhere. And the reason this looks angled is because the PVC pipe is tight against the wall, but the trim right here pushed it out the down pipe, so then that's angled at a weird angle, in case you're wondering. And I can go in, I'll show you real quick the air pump, and then we'll get back to showing you some more fish. Excuse the mess, we're in construction mode. But this is just a little side closet, got shipping supplies, more sponge filters and stuff. But this is the air pump right here. And it's just hooked up to this flexible tube. It hooks up right here into the PVC, and then it goes out and goes all the way around the room. And this is an LPH 80 from Jimco. You can probably hear it a little bit, but it's actually super quiet. So super satisfied with this air pump. No more loud noises, and it's good up to 80 tanks. And actually I have an extra one here. Actually I have 3 extras. I got 2 put up, and this one's meant for 40 tanks, and I have 2 more actually that are LP80s. They're both used though, but it's enough to power everything in here. Hey Crown Tail Half Moon, that air pump I got is the LPH80 from Jimco. I did previous videos on it on my Fishroom rebuild series I'm in the middle of working on. I've gone over everything. These are the metal blacks. They just came in from Thailand. Sorry about the chicken. But they're doing good. Super happy with them. They look really well. Nice blue heads. Whoa. Yeah, they like to be in the video. They're actually, every time I go outside, they're following me everywhere. It's got a random bluegrass melon here that I'm, I guess conditioning. Well, he's gonna hide now, of course, but he looks really, really good. His fins and everything. Oh, come on. The camera scared him. Of course, he's hiding back here. But his fins look amazing if he'd come out and show you guys. You see the back side of him right there. Well, I guess he doesn't want to be seen. This tank is pretty much covered with algae on the glass, so you're not going to be able to see these guys too good from the side. Didn't have time to clean them, but these are polar blue juveniles growing out. And there's some couple of parents in here too. But love these guys. They're pretty cool little fish. Pretty cool little cichlids. I'll show you a mutt guppy tank I'm working on. I need to get more females in here. I've just pulled a bunch of random males, threw in a few females. But I should start getting some really cool colors. I just started this tank and I gotta get some more females in here. But I'm interested to see what this is gonna create. A bunch of mutts, of course, but I bet they'll look really nice. Alright. Here I got some peacock cichlids and some angelfish. Let me get over here where y'all can see better. Just got the one big blue male in here, and then the rest of these are females. But he looks really nice, and these fish are super friendly. I can nearly pick one up if I wanted to. But yep. Peacock cichlids. I like them. I got a couple of angelfish in here. Alright, got another angelfish tank. This is a 55 tall. Got a fairy cichlid. He or she likes to live under the sponge filter. Love this angel. And then it's gonna be hard to see, but I got a Raphael catfish in here too that's hanging on that leaf. His little mouth right there. Not gonna be able to see him though, unfortunately. He's hid pretty good. Over here in this 45, we got the gouramis. What's up, S? Good to see you. We got some baby gouramis in here. Yeah, I can. How often I feed fry versus adults? They get pretty much the same food. I colony breed a lot of my tanks, and every morning I give crushed, well, not either crushed flake food if that's what I'm giving, but a lot of times I feed Dr. Basilears in the morning, and then I feed live baby brine shrimp at night. This tank is just completely full of guppy grass. It's not very good for recording, but just a bunch of gouramis in here. Down here we got some of my electric blue acaras. Again, this tank needs to be cleaned, but got a few electric blue acaras in here, and long fin bristlenose plecos. I don't know if I'll be able to find any. Again, this tank's really dark and needs to be cleaned, but I have another tank of the electric blue acara. And so this is my brine shrimp hatchery. I need to get eggs in it actually, but I normally hatch out brine shrimp every day. And then the guppies, I feed a lot of this green, Dr. Basilear green and regular to the guppies. So this is what they got fed this morning. And I would recommend feeding them medium, but since I sell this food, I'll use something bigger, and I've got a salt and pepper grinder that I use, and I just go over each tank and grind it over the tank so it gets all different sizes of granules ground up. Yeah, I got the XL is really good for like the bigger fish. I've even got some 3X that's really big. I'm gonna start doing some free giveaways. Next few live streams I do, I'm gonna start giving away boxes of food, so stay tuned for that. I got several of them I'd like to do some giveaways with. But I still got a bunch of food. This is all the medium I have left, so I haven't been feeding the medium myself. I've been pulling from the large bottles and putting it in my grinder and just grinding it up over the tank. Yeah, I have different sizes. So this is a medium gift box, not necessarily gift box, and then large, and opens it up. It comes with a little flyer. You get a booklet with some information, and comes with 3 different foods. You got the Corella, garlic, regular, and the ACI. So it's just a combination pack with a little booklet that comes with it. It's pretty cool. I ordered these and I haven't sold a one of them. Nobody's really ordered them, so I just give them away. And again, this is what I use for my guppy tanks. Aragonite, really good stuff. A lot of people use it for cichlids, as it says right here, like African cichlids, things that like harder water with higher pH. I use this. The guppies love it. Yep. Yeah, I love Dr. Basilear. He's a really nice guy. I talk to him quite often. He's been wanting to do a live stream with me to do like a PowerPoint on his products, but I just haven't got around to doing it yet. Let's see. I got some pretty angels in here. These are like smoky panoys. This will be hard to see, but I also have some leopard frog plecos. They're always hiding. There's one. So I got 4 leopard frogs in here. They stay hidden pretty good. As you can see, he's right there. I need to get more. Let me go in here. You get to see my ugly face for a second while I come in here to the bedroom and show you some more tanks. So we got, these are just koi angels. Very pretty. I need to do some trimming on these plants. And clean a little algae. But got the koi angels in here. Crown tail, I kinda just estimate it. It does not take much. When I go back in there, I'll show you how much I put in my tanks, just to give you an idea. It's not much. It does not take much at all. It says on the bag that how much to use and what its buffering capacity is. Another one of the favorites. And these are my girlfriend's tanks, by the way. The ones in here in the bedrooms, these are hers and her angelfish. And then she's got the albino cories and albino plecos in here as well. Got another one back there hiding. But yeah, these guys look really nice. I got more in here too, but the glass is not cleaned. Anyway, this is a 55 tall here. .55 tall, and then I got a 40 breeder. Alright, I'll go back in here and show you guys. So it varies. Like, I literally just have a little bit here on the front side of this bare bottom. Well, it's not bare bottom now, but it's just a fine layer. This one has a little bit more. I don't know that it necessarily matters. Like, this one here used to be one of my African cichlid tanks, and it has probably an inch layer all the way front to back. And I don't know that you can use too much. You just want to use enough. This one as well. These two were both my African cichlid tanks that I converted to guppy tanks when I was building this. So there's quite a bit of aragonite in there. This one, not so much. Like maybe a cupful. And even, I don't have anything in these 4 tanks. These are just straight bare bottom with no aragonite. But I do prefer to just have some in there at least. This would probably be like the minimum amount I would go with. One second, turn the light off. So just a light little sprinkle like that. That's probably the minimum I would do. But I like just a real fine layer, about half the tank. But on these, I just poured a little pile back by the sponge filter. So it's not a whole lot. One bag lasts quite a while for the amount I use. Okay, just got a little pile back there. My pH in my water runs close to 7.5 normally, 7.5. I just like to have a buffer in there so it doesn't drop down too bad. Hey, the bluegrass are out now. They were acting a little shy the first time I came through. Look good. But I'm on well water. When it rains a whole lot, it will vary. It can drop down to closer to 7. if I get tons of rain for a few days, it will affect my well water. But generally it's 7.4 or so. And this, when I have it like this, it brings it up to about 7.8 or closer to 8 than 7.5 with this much aragonite. But showed you these, I think. Well, maybe I didn't really show you. 40 breeder, a ton of Java moss. Probably got like 6 inches of Java moss growing across it. Bunch of the platinum marbles. Angelfish in here. Water sprite up top. Got some mystery snails. Down here is another 40 breeder. More angels. We got a mix. Lots of plants. You know, Crown Tail, I really don't know the answer to that. I've had aragonite. Here's some here. I've had it in my tanks for 2 years or more, and I don't add more. I think with the mineral itself lasts quite a while within the rock, but I could be wrong. You know, I have not extensively tested that, but I know. Hey, MNC Aquatics, thanks for stopping in. Really appreciate you being here, and I always appreciate you sharing out my YouTube and other channels. You're awesome. Thank you very much. But I've not tested the aragonite to see how long it lasts. That's something I could start doing just to do more of. But I do enough testing. I do I do paper strip test a lot. I do have a master liquid test, but I test a lot with these on a weekly basis just because they seem to be somewhat accurate. They give me pretty close to an idea if a tank is doing bad. I generally can tell pretty easily because I use those test strips weekly. But we can go to the other room now. I got a crappy fish room. Sorry, trying to unzoom that. It's hard to do with my phone. But we'll go to the other fish room now where I ship fish. It's going to be a little messy. There's boxes in there. That reminds me. I've only got about 10-15 minutes at the most. I have to go to the post office and drop off my fishes. I got shipping boxes stacked up about chest high. I got tanks stacked up everywhere. These are 29-gallon tanks. Actually, let's go in my son's room. Y'all get the tour of the house. I got the double swords Cobra gold lace in here. I wish I'd focus. Come on, man. Glad you're back, Jimmy. Yeah, Brandon, sorry, I just seen your question. It's a linear piston pump from Jimco, the LPH 80 model. I do have a video going over the air system in my Fishroom rebuild playlist. So if you go to my channel and check out my rebuild playlist, one of them talks about my air system. These are another set of double swords, Japan blue gold. This is the oldest strain I personally have. I've had this tank going with these guppies for almost 4 years now, without changing it, without running out, without selling them all. This tank's just been running for literally 4 years or more. So I got the 2 double sword tanks in here. I have some top swords in the other room that are like these. Oh, nice MNC. Yeah, they work really well. Super happy with it. Got some orange platies in here. This is my son's tank that he's done all on his own. Sorry, it's a little glare. There's quite a bit of glare, and you can hear the goats. Y'all want to see some goats? Here's Jerry. Jerry the goat. Hey, Jerry. I got another goat down there. The goat pen in the backyard. That's Jerry the goat. All right, let's go to the other room. No, I don't have any pintail guppies. So here's the other fish room. It's quite messy. Got boxes here I've got to send out. This is like my little shipping station I set up. Some 29s here. I'm about to be releasing these plecos. I've had them in this breeder box. They're big enough now. I'm going to be putting them in this 29. And down here's another 29 with a pair of platinum angels. Bunch of mystery snails and some more albino plecos in here as well. Yep. Lots of live plants. This is my girlfriend's tank, and she's done all the work in this one. The goat was standing on top of a little deal I built over their food troughs to keep it out of the dry. He was just on the roof of their little feed area. Yeah, I love the goats. They're Nigerian dwarf dairy goats. A bunch of little plecos in here. They'll be glad to get out of this tank, the little breeder box. Another 29 here that needs to be trimmed. A bunch of plants. More platinum marbles, and then I got regular bristlenose plecos in here as well. Sorry for the glare, guys. Here, got a 65-gallon tank. I got a few discus left. I sold most of them. This one guy has always been skinny. I've treated him multiple times with parasite meds, and he just kind of always stays skinny. And then these are electric blue Acara that I bred and grew out. And they're juveniles now. Discus look nice. He doesn't look too bad. He just doesn't get very, very big. Not super skinny. Turn sideways. He wants to follow the camera. Yeah, these blues look good. The electric blue Acaras are a little shy. S, are you talking about these? The platinum marbles? Or are you talking about just the platinums that were over here? This tank down here is kind of dirty, and it's a mix of things. I had to pull out some polar blues. I pulled out a breeding pair today, and it got the tank really dirty. But got some swordtails. They breed in here. I even got some peacocks in here. A couple of plecos. Got the polar blue. not pleco, but cichlids. And that's about it. Polar blue, peacocks, and swordtail mollies, or platies. Here's a sump system. These tanks are all hooked up on this sump. That's a female flower horn. Most of this actually is a really nice female here. Most of them don't get the bump on their head quite so dominant when they're females, but really happy with her. She's a great looking flower horn for a female. She's laid eggs for me about 3 times, but I just haven't been able to get a male, and I had a male in this tank, but I sold him. These are the bottom swords. There's a mix. There's the top swords and the double swords in here that need to be pulled. I need to pull the double swords out of this tank because this was originally just top swords. You got a bunch of algae. I got some really nice albino full reds. Really nice fins, nice dorsal, nice tails. These guys turned out really nice. Only got one older female in here though. Yep, albino full reds. You normally don't see them this nice. I'm telling you, even when I imported them in, they didn't come in solid red like this. These guys are nice. These are some of the nicest full red albino guppies I've ever seen. Fin shape and all. But they're hard to breed. They don't like explode like some of the other strains. These are some of the really young polar blue cichlids. Here we got half black reds, and there are a couple I need to pull out that have red noses like the koi, but overall this is the half black red tank. Down here I'm doing an experiment with these pandas. This was originally 100% the panda tank, but I threw in this one Dumbo blacktail male to breed with the females. So I'm curious to see what that's going to throw, because they've already had one spawn, and there's some in here that I'm going to have to pull. Like that guy is just a crazy mutt. It looks like a mutt, but I'm hoping I'll get a pretty good mix of the original pandas and that male starting to form somehow. We'll just see how it goes. Just a little experiment I'm working on. And these are ivory king cobras. Wish the light was a bit better. I appreciate it, Liquid Zoo and S. I appreciate all you guys. Man, this fish family, all you have been so supportive. Just super amazing people. You guys are awesome. If anyone hadn't told you yet, you are. And then here it's just a more mix. It's some more of them Dumbo blacktails. I pulled one from here and put it in here. I originally had a whole strain of Dumbo blacktails, but I sold all the females, and I was originally going to just make this another mutt tank. So it's just some guppies hanging out for now. They're getting a bit older. These half black males, they're getting close to a year old at least. And if you're wondering, I have aragonite down in the sump system here. So I don't have it in any of the tanks up top, but the aragonite's here, all in the bottom of this sump system. It's got a bio well here that it flows through, and this pump pumps everything up and comes out each tank. Each one's got its own flow and overflows. But they all use the same water, which some people don't like. And I've had to medicate this whole system once because they did get a little fin rot going on, and it spread really quick. It's actually, everything was doing great in this system for like over a year. Then I added this strain that I imported. My supplier just sent me some bonus fish, and I didn't have a spot for them, and they looked real healthy, but I threw them in there, and the next day there was some fin rot going on, and before I knew it, man, I was having some in here and down here. So I just had to medicate this whole system with nitrofurazone and kanamycin together, and it knocked everything out. Luckily I didn't wind up losing a whole lot. But that's the only time I've dealt with like spreading disease like that. From them guys right there, they did it. They caused all the problem. But anyway, we're getting a little close to time. I'll show you a few more tanks. You're not gonna be able to see this one real good. There's a bunch of hair algae. This was originally full black Moscows, but there's been some that I need to pull, and I just kind of let this tank go. I stay so busy and don't have rooms to separate everything. I'd need 100 more tanks set up to really do it like I would like to. But I just let this tank go and hadn't really done much with it. I don't try to sell any fish or anything out of it. Just feed it. Yep, I order mine from Everything Aquatic. Oh, I forgot. I didn't even show you these tanks yet. These are the albino bluetails. I just got these in from Thailand yesterday. Looking good. Lots of algae on this tank. So for me personally, all I do is clean the fronts. I let the algae grow on the sides, let the algae do what it wants. Algae, in my opinion, is not bad. Algae is there helping your tank be cycled. In my opinion, some people might disagree with me, but I let the algae stay there on the sides. If it's wanting to grow algae, I let it do it because it's eating up excess nutrients. So if there's algae, there's excess nutrients in the water that may not need to be there. So I let the algae grow and take care of it. That's just how I do my tanks. Again here, these are the Dumbo red tails. I just imported these from Thailand. Got them in yesterday as well. So again, just clean the fronts, let the algae grow on the sides on a lot of my tanks. This one's really dirty on the front because I haven't really been messing with it. I don't have a set strain in it. Down here I got some regular totes. These are 16-gallon totes. I've had them set up for like 3 or 4 years now, and they do fine, no breaking. They bow out like crazy. They do bow, but that's it. Literally, these have been set up. I broke them down and set them back up when I moved last spring, and they're just good to go. Lots of guppies. We got some, these guys here are These are females from the Galaxy Blue Tails, and some fry growing out in both of these. These are Galaxy Blue Tail offspring that I've been raising out just to see what they do. These were snakeskin mosaics, and I sold all the parents. Now I'm just letting the fry grow up. I threw some of these in an outdoor pond too about a week ago. This tank has some of the metal blacks in it as well. These are all homebred. Just let this tank set and do its thing. I got a lace in there right there. I need to pull him out because he's got too much gold in the tail. There's some young fry, young juveniles in here. Good focus. There he goes. So this is just a tank I kind of just let go and see how it does. I got some fry in here, just some random fry in here as well. But again, these, I haven't been keeping these tanks like cleaned and maintenance because it's just don't do a lot of video footage, or there's not, these tanks I don't sell out of or anything, so they're sitting there, they're cycled, they're well cycled and doing well. Have them on backup kind of if I need it. Alright, I'll run in and show you guys some tanks I got on the bar in the kitchen. Just tanks everywhere. It's going to be really hard to see the actual body patterns, but these are the snakeskin endlers. I'm not even sure how to pronounce that first name, but Campoma number 48 snakeskin endlers are the exact name of these guys. This is a set strain. They've been breeding so true for me, but they break the 1 inch per gallon rule. All these fish should be arrested because I started with 12 fish in this 10 gallon and look what they've done. I hope y'all get my comedy there. This is mainly my cherry shrimp tank. It's got one platy and hundreds of cherry shrimp. Sorry the video quality isn't super clear. Tons of cherry shrimp all through here. And let's see if I can show y'all. Got plants in the corner with a little 7.5 gallon cube. And it's got snails and pumpkin shrimp in it. Bunch of ram's horn snails and the pumpkin shrimp. Yep, that's right, Steven. A lot of people hate algae and freak out when they start seeing it, but it's not a bad thing. It, like you said, very balanced. Creates a balanced tank. So personally, if I see algae growing, I let it grow. Because all it's doing is trying to help the tank. Alright. Let's switch around here. Alright guys. Now you get to see my ugly face for a little bit. I know the fish are probably a whole lot nicer to look at. But I'm about to have to jump off here. I got to run to town, get the fish shipped off today, and then get back, do maintenance, start doing water changes, and just keep on going. I need to keep on working on the fish room, get everything finished in here. It's got so much work to do. It's so cluttered. I'm so ready for it to just look finished and look official. Like I'll flip it around, I guess. I can't wait to get everything looking like this with fronts that are blocking the lights so there's not going to be any glare coming from the camera. The whole room's just going to look nice and black, and with tanks against the walls, everything painted black to blend in. So all you're going to see when you walk in here, your eyes are going to be pulled to the tank, not towards this light because this will all be covered. The only light that will be emitting from in here will be through the fronts of the tank. So when you walk in this fish room, I'm hoping when I'm totally finished, it's gonna really be nice. And when you walk in here, all you're gonna see is fish in tanks. You're not gonna see all these extra cords, and your eyes aren't gonna catch these hoses. That's all gonna be covered. So really looking forward to that. It's taking a long time, but I'm taking my time with it, and I want to do it right. Don't want to rush it and not, just don't want to skip steps. Want to take my time, do it at a happy pace. I don't want to feel rushed. I don't want to make this feel stressed. Make little notes on the wall for myself to keep me motivated, keep myself going. It's good to do. And here's my combo of meds from Everything Aquatic: kanamycin and nitrofurazone. I personally use this combination when I deal with an issue, and I use it as a quarantine med. I quarantine all my new fish with this combination for at least a week, just to keep it, just to be safe. I've learned in the long run, I deal with a whole lot less issues when I just automatically use this right off the bat for a week. Way less fish issues. So that's just what I do. Yeah, thanks, Jimmy. Anybody, if you're having motivation problems, push yourself. You can do it. Stay positive, though. Love yourself. Be happy. Take time. Don't stress out about things you want to get done. It'll happen in time, and if it doesn't happen, it just wasn't necessarily that important. I wish that male would come out because he looks really nice. Come on. It's starting to get a little ragged on the edge, but his fin shape, his dorsal fin and everything looks really well. Big Tank Hank, thank you for stopping in. Alright guys, thank you for staying tuned. A lot of people here, lots of thumbs up. I cannot thank you guys enough. Really, every one of you are so supportive. Like I said earlier, y'all guys are awesome. Don't let anybody else tell you different. And just try to be thankful if you can. Not trying to tell you what to do, but I guess I am. I personally try to be thankful for something every day. And I try to pray for the ones that cause me any negativity. I want to be happy, and I want everybody else to be happy. I wish I could do one more hour, but I promise I'm finally starting to get to a point that I feel like I can take time to do live streams with you guys. This place was a mess. Like, it's cluttered here. I don't like clutter. And when I walk in this fish room and I see my tools from building and just bags of stuff and clutter, all this is not going to be like this. Once I get it uncluttered and set up like I like it, I'll just feel so much happier about things. And I know personally, if I don't like seeing this, I don't necessarily want to come up here and go live and show all you guys my messy room. But anyway, I hope y'all hope you like this quick fish room tour. Alright guys, I appreciate all you do. Whoa, wrong way. I'm trying to use this gimbal. When I turn it to the selfie camera, I have to press the buttons in reverse. But alright guys, anyone needs it, love you. Hope you all have a great day. Thank you so much for the support. Talk to you soon. Bye.